Hey my fellow diamond friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kalikaloo on the internet, and I also go by the name of Kali, and I'm very happy that you found your way to today's video, which will be another WIP&SIP&Chat. So I'm very thankful for you to be so patiently waiting for me to come back. I know I have not done any WIP&SIP&Chat the last 2 weeks. And for those who know me well enough, you may know why this is. For the others, you will know in a short instance. Please excuse me, I had a lot of stress, so I don't have done my nails either. It's a WIP&SIP&Chat. For those of you who are new to my channel, I'm sorry, today's WIP&SIP&Chat will be a little bit different. It will be less funny, less like laughing, less like fun stuff. It will be more about life in general, so don't judge it by like this one WIP&SIP&Chat. We also have like the sipping part as always, so go grab something to drink. For this I got like this very cute, ooh, it's so hot, cup here. You can't see it, but this like is the tail. And you actually have a bunny on it, like stamped this way. I found it really, really cute. I know it's not going to be very handy. It's very, very hot. But I really wanted it because I thought it was so, so cute. So it's my bunny cup. Perfectly for Easter, because we are in the month of Easter. And what else? So you can see that we switched canvases. So I finished actually Evening Light by Jeremiah Kettner from Diamond Art Club for the Women Who Sparkle event, which was hosted by my two friends, Diamond Paintings and Pearls, and Sparkling Dots. So really nice event. I hope you got a chance to like work on a canvas that fit for the event, or you can join them like next year maybe. So this is the next one that I did not kit it up. We have had it already kitted up, this one here, a while ago. So this is Rock of Soul. And this is actually also Diamond Art Club kit. It's my boyfriend's kit. And he just did not move on. Like this has been kitted up for over a year and a half. And he wants to like put it in this room. So I thought like I was going to help him, and so I just like worked on, like this was where we left it off. I finished like this section here up here, and I worked down here until this part. So we're halfway through by now, and I already worked a little bit earlier this morning on this section here. So this is what I'm going to work on today with you. During this WIP&SIP&Chat. So WIP stands for work in progress. This is my work in progress. SIP stands for get something to drink, stay hydrated while you're working. And chat means just I'm going to be talking and you can listen to it. I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit more, not too much because like, oh, I dropped something. Yeah, so you can see that it's like a little bit. He did not have, like, he had all the drills in one box. I took them out and I just kind of placed them here. We will see how this goes. I'm not used to, like, I have not worked on this one for a while. So we will just keep it that distance today. I hope that's all right with you. I'm not really well placed here though. So I need to, did I drop another one? I might. I'm not sure. No, I don't think I did. Well, anyway, I'm trying to work with the dog drills, so I actually thought that he had not, that there were dog drills missing, like 310, but he found them. But in the meantime, I just used my spare drills of Diamond Art Club ones, so it's fine. We are going to work on that. So for those of you who wonder where has she been, like, I don't know if you wonder where I've been, but like, it was like very awful few weeks with a lot of running around, going to the vets and so on. And spoiler ahead for those who don't know, but like my little French bulldog, Edgar, he passed away. Like he is no longer with us. That's the reason why I did not upload any videos like WIP&SIP&Chats recently. I also did not do like the weekly review videos. I just did not have the mind for that. So anyone who really wanted to see them, I'm sorry, but yeah, I did not have the mind for that. Actually, it was like really weird because like Edgar, he was not that old. You know, like a Frenchie can get between, they say 10 to usually like 13. That's what they say, or at least 12. And Edgar, he just celebrated his birthday. He would have celebrated his birthday yesterday, so it was really hard for me. He would have been like 10 yesterday, and unfortunately he did not get to that because we had to like make him go to sleep 6 days earlier. And the thing is, like, a while ago he started not wanting to eat anymore. Like, he did not want to eat his croquettes, like this dry food he has. And we were wondering, like, sometimes, especially like bulldogs, they have sensitive stomachs. If they get old, they also get like a little bit picky sometimes. So it has arrived that they don't want their food anymore because they get a lot of side dishes, like when we cook and so on. And this was a possibility because my mom does always feed him as well. And like, I thought at first that, okay, he does not like his dry food anymore, let's try something else. So we went a lot of different places, we tried a different kind of foods. We did get him other dry food and he did eat that for like 2 days, then he didn't want that either. So I thought it can't be the dry food because like he did taste it, but it was not to his liking. So we switched it up again, then he received like what we call like more wet food, like pate and so on, like really like the softer things like cat food, you know, but for dogs. And we did take some stuff without gluten because I was like, maybe it's his stomach. And then a few days later he tried, like, he was really doing a lot of licking his paws again, and I felt like he was vomiting. And this is like not normal. So I thought that he had maybe some issue with acid in his stomach, because like Frenchies can be very prone to like stomach problems. And I took him like to the vet. This was like the first week we did go there. It was, I think, Thursday. No, it was my mom went with me, so it must have been after work on Wednesday or Tuesday. And they actually gave him like an injection so that he stopped vomiting. And she said it should get better, just give him like, try this one here, like he received medication for vomiting and for his sensitive stomach. And she's just like, they were afraid of Edgar because Edgar sometimes he does not really like to see a vet, because the first clinic we went to when he was small, they kind of mistreated him. And that's why he is very afraid of doctors, so they know his past. And I think that whenever we went to them, like, he was pretty calm. He did not really want to be like, for someone to listen to his heart or come with stuff, but he just like kind of barked at them and that was it. But he was not really angry. But they were afraid to do a lot with him, so they did not check anything. And they just gave us the meds, and she said like, if it gets not better, you should go to the big clinic that they work with in Luxembourg City, near the Luxembourg City, and they can do like a blood analysis and so on. And I was still very hopeful because like she gave him medication and he stopped vomiting. It did get a little bit better. He started eating again. So everything was fine, but then he suddenly stopped again eating. And he also kind of just vomited again. And he was really getting like super thin because he did not eat enough. Like, even if he ate a little, he did not eat enough for it to keep building muscles. You know, like he had a problem, an atrophy of the muscles in his lower body with the legs behind, which was normal because he had a back issue. So this is something we knew about. but he lost so much weight that you could actually see like his rib cage, and I was really concerned about him. And one day, like, I really thought that in the evening he started doing so weird noises, like he got up and then he did, like, they say it's a hiccup for dogs, but it's more like you breathe but inside it's like I can't really make it, but you have to go check it out. It's a hiccup for dogs. And when I saw it, like, he did that really a lot of times during the night, and he was sleeping upstairs with us because, like, I really did not want him to be alone. If something happened, I really wanted to be there. And it was difficult, like, because I woke up so many times during the night and I did sleep so badly, and I still wanted, like, to be there for him, so I did not care. I took him downstairs. I went out with him, like, even though it was 2 a.m. in the morning and I had to work the next day, I got up and we just, like, went outside, and I went for a walk with him, hoping that this would calm his stomach. And it did, but not 100%. So he was still, like, not eating enough, getting thinner and thinner. And it was just like he lost his energy quite a lot. So we decided to take him up the week after to, like, because it always starts on weekends when there's no one to join. So we took him to the vet clinic, and we brought him there after, like, after work. I went there with my mom. They did, like, a lot of tests with him. Like, they did a blood analysis, something that no one ever was able to do before. They were very, very kind and patient and calm. I really liked the first doctor we had when we went there. She was really kind and, like I said, patient and calm. And she was not afraid of him. Like, she did what she had to do, and so they were able to get this blood analysis done. The first time she came and she said, like, there was an anomaly in his blood results, and she also told us that this can sometimes happen due to, like, the machine. So she wanted to redo the blood analysis if we were okay with it, just to be sure. And she said it was important, so we were like, okay, please go ahead. Even if you have, like, to take blood again, it's fine, just do it. And they did do it, and I have a picture of Edgar when she was done, and he was just smiling. He was so happy because he knew he could probably go home. And she was like, okay, the anomaly, actually, it's no anomaly. The blood results are fine. It's not like he does not have an inflammation or anything. So the blood results are fine, but they did see, like, something in the like, it was not an X-ray, it was more like an echography, and they wanted, like, to be sure. And so she said, yeah, come back, please, if possible, when the expert is there, so she can have a look at it, because they are not there, like, every time, even though someone is at the clinic, like, 24 hours a day. And they also offer, like, urgencies, like, if there's an emergency, like, you can go there and they will help your dog, or I think it's mainly dogs and cats that they have. So she was like, if it's not too bad, like, you can take him home, but you have, like, to keep surveying him. And I was like, okay, we take him home, because, like, he's so afraid of hospitals and clinics and all of that. So we did take him home and we did take care of him, even though the nights were horrible. That first day he received, like, a morphine injection. So when we came home, he did not feel any pain. He was quite good. He did walk on his own. And after a little of time, he was, like, falling asleep under the morphine. So it was like, it was okay. He was doing okay. I would not say he was doing great, but he was doing okay-ish. And let me just, like, put this in. Oops. So there was already the big stress. Then afterwards, like, we had to, where is, like, the lid of it? Where did I put the lid? Just give me a second. Oh. Yeah. So afterwards, we had to make an appointment for like the specialist to have a look at Edgar when he was like to do like this echography and to get better results. So the thing is that the earliest they had was on Monday, but on Monday someone had to drop him off because I could not drop him off earlier because of my work. So my boyfriend had to go there and he had to deliver him, even though it was like the complete other way. He would usually go. My mom would not bring him because she did not want to go there on her own. And for me, I would have gone, but then my boyfriend said, no, you go to do your job and I will go and I will drive him there. So I was very thankful that he did that. He did drive him there, but they did not really know when Edgar would be taken to do this echography. So he had to stay there the entire day. And sometime in the day, the person would like take him and do this echography with him when they had the time to do so. Otherwise, if we had not accepted this, we would have had to wait until Friday. And he was really not good, so we did take the earliest we could. And yeah, so on Monday, my boyfriend, he drove him there. And they should call us like when they were done and when they had the results back. So actually what happened is that we decided with my mom that I had like work until 4 p.m. And so we decided if he was done like earlier, my mom would go take him. And otherwise I would go after work. But they were like done at 2 a.m. and he called me. I was like a little bit, I thought it was a she because she had said the first day that the expert is a she, like a doctor, like a woman doctor. And so when it was a guy I had on the phone, I was like a little bit, huh? I did not really understand. But then like I had him on the phone and I asked like, what is it? Like, how did it go? And he said like, yeah, that they found something when they did the echography and that it was like his wall of his stomach was like an inch bigger than it should be. Like, I'm no vet, like I'm not a doctor. I have no clue, is this bad? Is that not bad? And he said like, yeah, so they don't know if it's like cancer or if it's like just an inflammation that has been going on. So we have 2 options. That was what he was saying to me. Like he was saying either we can give him like medication and we will see if this goes away, but if it's cancer, it won't help. Or you can like do a biopsy, like you have to put him under anesthesia and they will cut out like a part of his belly to analyze it to see if it's cancer. And I was asking him like, yeah, but is it like bad? Is it like, I really did not understand because the day before they were like saying he does not have like, it's not as bad and they have treatments and stuff. So I did not feel that it was like, he said, we are not in an urge. You have the time to think about this. So I thought really like, it's not bad. Well, we can think like, I told him I will take the medication and my mom will come so you can still talk to her. And he was fine. And so my mom went there and she got him. And in the meantime, I was talking to my boyfriend. I was telling him like what was going on, what I have heard. And he was like, but that's weird because like when I first met him, he was like, okay, no matter what it is, it should be fine. Like we are going to give him medication and then your dog will be fine again. So it was very positive. And then the shock came when my mom came back with my dog. I called her again and she was like, yeah, he told me like not directly, but he told me indirectly to put him to sleep. And I was like, what? Like, I did not get it because that was definitely not what he was saying to me on the phone. And so I asked a lot of questions, like to go through the whole discussion with me again, because I did not understand how he went from this morning saying we will, no matter what it is, he will be fine, to he will get medication and it should be fine, or we have the time to wait. And then like 30 minutes later to tell my mom we are going to put him down. Like that's a whole from A to Z, like you have the whole palette there. And I honestly did not understand, especially since they did not even know that it was cancer. At least that was what they told us. So I just was happy that day to go back to Edgar, and I did not understand anything. My head was everywhere, all over the place, and I could not figure it out. So I was like telling my mom, okay, he told me like to try out medication. If it's cancer, it won't work, sure. But if it's just an inflammation or something, we can still try, right? And my mom is the kind of person that really does insist and give her opinion, and like she just wants her opinion to be heard. And so she insisted that the doctor had said, and Edgar is bad. And every time I saw her, she was like, yeah, we have to put him to sleep, the doctor said. So I was really angry at the time, because I was telling her, I'm not going to put my dog to sleep if I don't know if it's cancer, like if it's something that we can't like really battle. Because he was at that time, he was like really, really too much too weak to go and get a biopsy done, because he would have like Frenchies are really difficult with that. I think he would not have woken up if we had done that, especially since he was elder and he had lost like a lot of muscle. So I did not really want to put him to sleep, just to like lose him there and even not be sure what it was. So I really wanted to be there if he really had to go. So I did not want to do that either. And the results, like what he was saying, was like from one, like he is going to get better, to we have to put him to rest like forever. That is like so much in between that I could not do much with that answer that he gave me. Like I could not have like taken a decision with that info alone. So it was really a hard time, because one side I did see my dog get worse by the day. On the other hand, I had my mom who was telling me, yeah, put him to rest. I had some people around me telling me, yeah, like we have to try, which was also like my opinion. At least try. Like I don't want him to suffer, but I want to see if the meds work. I don't want to like put a dog to sleep forever if he can get better, if there's a chance. So it was really frustrating, and I had to go to work at the same time, being surrounded by lots of people. You don't have to show how you feel, like you can't let your bad humor out on your students. You can vent there. So it was really hard. It was a very hard time. And so what I decided to do is, actually my mom had not thought about that, but I wanted to get like the reports. Like I really wanted you to see these pictures from the scan. And so I did call them, and I asked them on a Wednesday, like, could you kindly just send me your scans? I would love to see them. And they said to me, oh no, it's not possible. We can't like get them out. Like they are in a machine and we can't get them out. But we can send you the report. So I was like disappointed, because normally you always get like your scans or whatever it is, the pictures, you can see them. And so I did get the report, but I did read it, and there were like some infos on it. But I'm no doctor, so I can't really say much. But I wanted an honest answer. Like, I really wanted an answer to my question. Is it as bad? Is it like cancer? Can't you at least tell me like the percentage of that? And every time I asked, I got the answer, yeah, this is your decision. Like, we can't take it. But I'm not asking for a decision. I'm not asking for your opinion. I just want the facts to be clear. So this is what I wanted. And this made me really angry, because I took like this report that I received, and we did send it to my boyfriend's brother, who is actually a doctor, to get a second opinion on it. And when he got back to my boyfriend, we asked him to be like very clear, like, don't hide facts, just be clear and tell us what is going on. And he said that And this is finally where I got my answers. He said, first of all, like they probably did not do the work themselves. Like they did do the scan, they did send out the pictures, but they did not do the analysis themselves. So that's why they did not have them, because they never saved them. So because normally you would get like the scans. So this was the first time I was like really mad. The second thing is, he said that there is like a special code in it that medical staff do use. Like, for example, with Edgar, they had written down that his tissue of the stomach was like 1 centimeter bigger than it should be. And they did put like 5 or even 6 plus signs behind. And this is actually code they use in medicine to say how bad something is. And 3 is already bad. So having like 5 or 6 of these pluses is very, very bad. And he said to us that if you have like a human being, like a human, not an animal, that size would have been cancer for sure. So it was really bad. And these are the facts. And I'm wondering, why couldn't they just like be honest and say this to us? Like, why couldn't they just tell us he's not going to get better? This is the situation. This is how it is. This made me really disappointed. And his brother was like, yeah, but like he seemed to be like a fresh student, and that's something that they learn at university. If you are not certain 100%, like even if you're certain, sorry, for 99%, you are not going to say it. And then he said to me, yeah, we can do a scan now. That's what we can do. But it's actually just to reassure the pet owner that it really is cancer, because like he was saying that it is pretty sure. Like he also said that like usually they don't do scans on animals because they are animals and not humans. So they don't use all the resources that they have because they are animals. And I think like this is a choice actually for the master, like the pet owner. And I was like asking him to tell me like, honestly, what is it like? Do I keep him suffering if I give him the meds and they don't work? And he was like, honestly, yeah. Because he said there's no more, like there's not much we can do. Like every day he stays here, like he's suffering even more. And this like was for me an eye-opener, because I really did not want to make him suffer, of course. But I did not want to take a decision if I don't have like all of the facts, and they did not give it to me. So I was happy when he told me like honestly that there's nothing we can do and that he's bad. And he's no veterinarian, of course, but I'm very thankful that he did say it without hiding it or like trying to embellish stuff. This is all I wanted to hear, and I don't know how you guys are. He said that often like in medicine, like they are told not to be as direct because that might hurt some people. But I prefer someone to tell me like what is going on rather than being in the dark and not knowing, and then out of the blue I get an information that something is bad. I also remember that when 3 years ago my grandma passed away, she had like cancer in the lungs. She got operated and it seemed to have gone all away. Then she lived for 3 more years, and in the end it had spread because they did not get everything out. And in the last months that she was there, like what was awful is that they did like operate her again for throat cancer, even though that they did know that there was nothing left to do. And she suffered so badly from that operation. And due to Corona, we were not even able to go see her. Like I have not seen her when she passed away. Like for 1 whole month, I have not seen her because there was family was not really allowed in the hospital except for like the husband and the children. So yeah, she has been for over a month in hospital, and I knew she was there. I never saw her, and I don't know that she's like, one night the phone rings and we learn that she's gone, like, or she's at the point to be gone. And I could not say goodbye. And the same goes for my cousins. Like, we were so close and we could not say goodbye. We could not say her last time that we love her, or like just be there. And this is so hard. And even though that's also something that's horrible, like when they did operate her with the throat, medicine stuff knew that it was already like the end for her life. Even if they did operate her, this did not change anything. It just like prolonged it for like, what do I know, a week, a month, I don't know. And if they did succeed, of course. But they never told my grandpa or my mom. So my mom went outside and after the operation, and she was like asking to see the doctor and if she would get better, my grandma. And they had an anesthetist there that was really mad at the beginning. And he was like, they didn't tell you? And my mom was like, no. She looked at my grandpa because maybe he didn't know something. And he decided like not to share it because this is a possibility. Like usually the person that's concerned gets the info, and like the husband maybe, but not the kids. So it might have been possible that he did know something, but he did not tell. And grandpa did just shake his head, and they said, yeah, your woman, like your wife, she's going to die. Like she's at the end, like there's nothing you can do. It's a question of like weeks maybe, or days. And my mom said that she looked at my grandpa, and that day it looked like he just had been hit in the face because he was not aware of that. Like no one had told him. He really thought that they are going to do this and then he's going to take her back home. And this is just awful. And I feel like they did the same again here. They are not honest. They don't say the facts. And I wonder why. Like, of course, they need to protect themselves. Like, they can be like put to lies. Like, they can be, you can judge them. Like, you can open up a trial if they are like saying false stuff. But I mean, sometimes you're really sure, and I don't need you to tell me like it's 100%, but tell me like it's 90% or like 80%, or the chances are very high, or I don't know, but give me the facts. Don't sell me, because this is something that I was really mad at as well. Like when my mom got Edgar the last time, they did sell her some some dry food to get better, like 30 euros, like the pack of 5 kilos. And I was like, seriously? Like, do they also make money with like the misfortune? Because like she was so stressed and she could not say no in that moment. And I was really disgusted by all of that, how it went down. And this is something that I really criticize in the European, like at least what I hear from Luxembourg, from our medical system. This is just like disgusting. I'm serious, it's disgusting. Like if you want to get, I would not, and that's something I told my mom, I would not get operated here if I have to. I had already been operated here for my teeth, like you know, the ones in the back, the molars behind. And they did also like really mess things up. So I really am not going to get operated here. Even if this means that my insurance won't cover it, I really don't want to get operated in Luxembourg. They are doing it for the money. They are not in there like for saving lives or for helping people. Like they really hope that you fall sick and they can do stuff. I really have a bad opinion about them here, the medical stuff. It's a shame. It's a shame. But yeah, in the end, so he told us that there was nothing much more we can do about Edgar, like that he's not doing fine. And that's also something we did see. So I kind of spend as much time as I could with him for the next days. Like I just like petted him, I stayed in bed with him, I went for a walk with him, I covered him in all the blankets, and I really tried to make it a good time for him that he had left. Then one day, like after reading the report and after having the info from his brother, like he called while I was there to fix a time where they would come home, because I wanted Edgar to fall asleep at home. I did not want to drag him out to another clinic where he would not feel well. So this is what we did. We did actually fix the time. Like on Tuesday, my boyfriend, he was working. I was off work. On Friday, he was like it was Friday, the Easter Friday there, car Friday, I don't know what you call it, guys, where you should eat fish, or I don't know what. It was that day, and so in France, it's a holiday. Here in Luxembourg, it is not. We fixed the time at 3 p.m. in the afternoon, though, and they should come home to our place to put him to rest. It was really hard, and that day we did our best, like to make him happy. I did buy his favorite yogurt. Since he did not eat anything dry anymore, I just gave him like his favorite yogurt that he did eat. We did go for a walk. Sorry. We did go for another walk. We put him in blankets because it was raining. Okay, sorry. I had to just like put in a quick pause to just like put myself back together. It has been like today, it will be a week that he is no longer here, so it's still very fresh and very, very difficult if I think back at some things, because he was really well loved and he was like a family member. So for those who can't understand this, he was a family member, like family. And so we did go for a walk last time with him in the forest behind the house. We went to the places he enjoyed. Also the week before, we did go to places he liked, my grandpa's, my mom's place, her garden, because there was like one place he really liked and we don't really know why, but he always went there to smell stuff. And we have no idea what there is that smells so good, but he liked it. So I did bring him back there. We did also go this walk where we always went when he was small, like a pup. We did a lot of things that he enjoyed. We went for a drive with the car. So I think that we did the best we could. And that last day, we also, like I told you guys, we went for a walk with him. He did not walk, of course, but he was in his children wagon, and we just pushed him through the forest, and he seemed to enjoy it. Like, it was raining a little bit, but he was well covered in the blankets. Then we got home, and I just like stayed with him until it was 3 p.m. Sorry. The time went by so slowly, and it was fine. When it was, I tried to make a lot of videos still of him, to keep him in memory, but he was like getting sick, and when you saw that, it was like he was not doing fine. So usually when someone comes, he would like get up and he would say hi, like he would come to the door, turn around, see if there's something to sniff, or he would be like very joyful dog. But when the veterinarian like ringed the bell, he did not even get up. It had been a few days that he did not get up, and he was just lying there. He was like very apathic, and yeah, so she came in, like we told her a little bit what was going on. She was very, very calm. Like, I have never seen that. The way she was just talking, she was very, very professional, and she did. I was really happy that we asked this association to come home and to do this with us. She was like really, really great at what she did. And so she came, and she was like, she asked us a little bit of stuff. We showed her the report that we had received. She read it, and she explained to us that it was really like thick, and it is not like often that French bulldogs get like cancer in the stomach, but it can happen. She also explained to us that what he does, like with his mouth when he was licking or stuff like this is because he felt like all the time like he needed to vomit. We did not know that because no one ever explained this to us. This is also something that made me a little bit mad. My boyfriend as well, he was like mad at that, especially because he felt like everyone should have seen this. Why didn't they tell us? And yeah, so we actually kind of, when she was there, she walked us through how it would be going. And even though I was prepared, I just had to cry. And then like she did the first injection. Like usually there are two. The first one is just a sedative that he will be sleeping, drifting off slowly. And once he's like, they are sure that he's like really calm, not feeling anything, his heart is really slowed down, he's not aware of anything, then they will give him like the second injection, and he will go to sleep like forever. And the funny thing is, like, I don't know if it's funny, but not funny in the sense, but he was always a fighter, so he actually needed 3 of the sedatives of 3 times 8 kilos, even though he was like 8 or 7 kilos in the end. He did not really want to go to sleep. He really fought, like, I'm not going to say he fought for his life, but he was like really attached to it, we will say. But he knew, like, in the end, usually like when there was a vet, he was like mad and he did not want them to touch him. But when she came, she just lifted up the blankets we had put on him not to freeze, and he just did not say anything. He let her do. And then you did see how he fell asleep and how his little eyes were blinking, and you felt like how he started breathing a little bit slower and slower. And it was really hard. And it definitely still is. But I feel like it was the best decision. In the end, like he went like peacefully. And I think that for him it was like the best decision. But I feel like I'm very egoistic if I'm saying this. But if I had not, like, I know it's the best decision, but I miss him like every day, every hour. Every time I think of him, it's really, really hard. And I know that there are people out there that can't understand that if you have like, you're missing your pet. But, you know, I have spent like, he has been there for nearly 10 years every day. I have seen him, like maybe not 9 years and a half, because I got him when he was like 3 months old, and I have been away sometimes during holidays without him, but I have seen him like every day he was there, like greeting me, being happy when I came back from home from school. He was my dog, and I really, really miss him like every day. I know it's going to get better over time, but right now it's still very, very difficult. So for those who have a pet, just cherish them. Go get them something nice today. Like, go give them something they enjoy or love if you can. Like, just, if it's like Edgar, he loved to play with a bottle, an empty bottle, just go give them something they like or a treat or something. And let's remember Edgar and your own pet like this way. He like I said yesterday, he would have celebrated his 10th birthday. He did not make it, unfortunately, to his 10th birthday. But we did kind of celebrate it. We had made something yummy to eat. And we had opened a bottle of champagne. And so we did celebrate his birthday. He always loved champagne. So if he had been there, I would like have kind of taken my finger and like my small finger and I would put it in the champagne and I would have had him lick it because I know he loved that. He never got like a lot of alcohol. That's not good for your pet. But on big occasions, I know he really loved that. So he would have enjoyed that. Also, the food was really yummy. We tried to find a plant for him as well because he loved plants with flowers. I did not find a plant with flowers I loved so much when we went to the shopping mall, but I got something that reminded me of him. So this is it. This is a cactus, of course. Why a cactus? I can't tell you. When I saw it, I loved it because there are 5 small hearts on it, and I put this one in because it looks like a flower, and Edgar, he loved flowers, so it does remind me of Edgar. Cute little Edgar. So we have kept all of his toys. The food we did give away to the neighbor who has also dogs. I kept all of his toys. I kept the vegans we have. I kept the bag, not a bag, but his beds. They are still in the same spot. It's hard. It does remind me of him. My eyes drift off there a lot of times when I usually would have looked at him, or just when I had the need to put him up, pick him up, and give him a little cuddle or something. It's really hard, but I'm not ready yet to place them away. I also, I don't know if this is stupid for you guys, but I decided to keep his smell. So I took the blankets, and even though they were cleaned, they still smell like him. And I put them in these bags you get where you take your, what do you call it? Your cleaning stuff. If you want to clean the floors. I just forgot the word, sorry. And you take the air out of the bags, and that's what I did so I can keep his smell a little longer, and whenever I feel like it, I'm just going to go back to it. We also he's going to be here in Luxembourg, it's prohibited to keep him and to put his body in the soil of your terrain land, so you have to give him away and he will be burned. You can't keep him in your own garden. That's what I mean. Even though maybe I wanted at the beginning, they did take him away. For me, the worst part was taking this decision, definitely, and also missing him now. He will be, for those, I don't want to open fresh wounds, or I don't want you to feel bad, but just going to tell you how it will be in a neutral way. So he will be incinerated, and you could decide if you really just wanted him to be incinerated with other animals, or if you wanted him to be incinerated by alone, and then you get also his ashes in an urn. I don't know if you say this same way in English, but that's what we decided to do. And then we decided to get a personalized vase where they put him in, it's going to be a dog statue. If we have it, I can maybe show it to you, then I will show you Edgar again. I'm sorry if it's just I try to cope with it the best way I can. It's not always easy. This is very raw. I usually don't do stuff like that. I don't really love to tell stuff, but I think it's really important to say if you're not okay and to talk about your feelings? Is it okay to bring it on the big stage, like outside on social media, internet? I don't know. I don't really care at this time. But I think that is just like a description of how I feel, and it's okay. It's just like, it's okay. So this is what it is. So you have an idea about Edgar, why you may not see him anymore on videos, or also why I was away a little bit. I just needed some time away from social media and everything. I feel better, but sometimes, of course, there are a lot of things that do remind me of him. And then I get like a little bit sad. I'm still afraid because with one class this year I'm going to read a book. And in that book, we are starting it like after the holidays. There is like a person that lives in the streets, and he gets a dog called Baudelaire, and the dog helps him like to get through his life on street and to find a job again and to get back to a normal life. And in the end, like the dog, he dies of cancer as well. So I'm really afraid if we are going to address this part, how I'm going to react. We will see. Maybe I will just like not read it in class. This depends on how I'm going. Sometimes I feel like you have to adapt things as well. But yeah, so this is it. I think I'm going to stop here. I wanted just to let you know about Edgar, how things are, why things are the way they are. So thank you for listening in. Thank you for, I don't know, just being there when I talked this through again and relived it. And I hope like next week we will see each other in a more happy and fun WIP&SIP&Chat. This was important to me just to share it and to honor Edgar and to celebrate his birthday. I'm just going to add a few of my favorite pictures of him in the video right now. So if you want to have a look at him, how he was, you can have a look at it. And with that, I will see you in my next video. I wish you all a very beautiful week and stay healthy and stay hydrated. Bye, guys.
S'en fout des cadeaux.
Je veux juste le papier.